The home tour is a wonderful way to get to see what it's like to live in the city.
People from all around the region coming to look at houses and apartments and unique spaces.
It is a great, vital marketing tool for neighborhoods and a wonderful opportunity for people to get ideas about if they're fixing up their house. By having a house on every home tour, we can promote our neighborhood, the great quality of houses that we have here. We're standing in the Minglecock House, built in 1905, and it was built by Hubert Minglecock, who was probably a businessman in the area at the time. This particular area, particularly DuPont, had an awful lot of business people who had their shops on Washington or Plymouth or Broadway, and could afford, therefore, to have larger than your average home with better than average amenities like built-in dining room buffets and fireplaces and lots of woodwork. And the house was purchased by my husband and I in 1973. We lived next door. I still live next door. And the neighbors came to us and said, "Do you want to buy our house?" And at the time, in the early 70s, the city of Minneapolis was busy tearing down big old houses like this and putting up those 3-bedroom Rambler types that they built in the suburbs, thinking that's what everyone in the world wanted. And so we decided if we didn't buy this house, we might not have a big old house next door. We might have another 3-bedroom Rambler. So we bought the house, and then we've been renting it ever since. Now over 100 years old, and it's still a very solid house.
There are some wonderful, actually amazing houses in these urban neighborhoods, and that there is a real effort going on and a real interest in becoming a homeowner in the city and being part of the this old house restoration mentality of saving these bungalows, saving these city houses. A neighbor tipped me off as a local resident realtor that this house was something to come and see, and it was a vacant foreclosed house with only one photograph on the MLS. And so I did a preview, and I came over and was shocked to discover the woodwork was intact and all the built-ins were here. And so then I contacted a developer that I've been working with, Jay Eisenberg, and brought him over to see the house, encouraged him to buy it and renovate. And then we will resell it to an owner-occupant this spring. The dining room features the original wallpaper in the wainscoting and an original mural to the house. I live in the neighborhood. I have a house over by Weber Park. People get to know their neighbors, and it's a very, especially with the onset of social media, people have become very connected to one another. I have sold a number of houses in this area to first-time buyers, and they are so excited about being part of a neighborhood.
We moved here in 1957.
One of the reasons we decided to work on this space of the house was
because I broke a hip.
Yep.
And my daughter felt that I needed to be moved downstairs to the point where I could use the bathroom downstairs.
And possibly live on one floor. Well, this was an unheated area, both sides, and we actually stripped it all completely down to the studs and added insulation. We tried to set the bathroom up so that she could have a walk-in shower. Also added a laundry. Now she doesn't have to really go down the basement to do her laundry. It's right here.
It just makes life a lot easier.
That's the goal.
Yeah.
I've been a local designer for about 11 years in the Twin Cities. I do have my own business. So it's really been a great experience to meet people that live in the city, that want to stay in the city. They just need ideas on how to use their space efficiently. I had a pretty rich childhood growing up with 2 artists. It was very fun to be doing interesting artsy things that the other kids in the neighborhood weren't doing. Right now, it's a huge community for artists.
Northeast is probably the most vibrant hub of arts and artistry and creatives and people that make things in the entire Twin Cities.
We are at Jackson Flats in northeast Minneapolis.
This project is called Art Space Jackson Flats. It's a 35-unit new construction live-work housing project that is geared to be affordable for artists and their families.
I do mixed media paintings and drawings. There's been a great community of artists and craftspeople and musicians here. And it's really nice to be able to walk to the co-op and the post office, and everything's within walking distance. I don't have a car, so I bike and I walk, and that's great.
The neighborhood is fantastic. There's restaurants, there's places to walk to, and it's great to live and work in this wonderful space. I do jewelry work mostly out of sterling silver, gemstones, a little bit with copper and brass, and I love being a part of the artistic, creative circle of people around here. The home tour has been wonderful. It's been a steady crowd of people coming in. They really love the space. They're very excited about the project.
Thank you to the home tour, and thank you to Jackson Flats for giving me this great space to live and work in.